culture war killed my religion. They came on January 6th to bury the body. The stone they rolled in front of the grave is so large, I don't know if it will be resurrected in 3 days. I have had and do have a deep belief in the intrinsic value of every individual human soul, but I, like you, have had difficulty squaring that concept of the individual's individual worth with the collective worthlessness of certain populations as proclaimed by what has become a contemporary cult of Christianity. I thought that the doctrine was whatever you did for the least of my people, you did for me. It's translated now as whatever you did for the lightest of my people. Politics has become so entwined with theology and whiteness that we can't even see a dark-skinned refugee as a person. We see them as a threat, not as a political refugee like Mary and Joseph were. We could make a bulleted list. The eviction gap, the incarceration gap, the wealth gap, the hiring gap, the medical gap, and the technology gap. But rather than work through a list of things you have maybe already heard of, I want to take a different approach. I was raised super Catholic. I'm talking Crux Sacra sit mihi lux ne Draco sit mihi dux, Benedictine monks, Gregorian chant, incense, the whole shebang. The monks taught me about St. Augustine specifically and his concept of evil. Goodness, according to Augustine, is a substance. Evil is a lack. The shadow isn't real, it's a lack of light. A scrape, a wound to the body is just a lack of something that is needed. Gluttony and all the vices are just the regular appetites acting with an absence of self-control. In Augustine's worldview, evil is metaphysically vacuous. It is what comes about when you chisel away at something real. What does conservative Christianity stand for? What is it for? Do you want healthcare? No, we don't want healthcare. Do you want infrastructure? No, we don't want infrastructure. Do you want voting rights? No, we don't want voting rights. Do you want to do things to stop climate change that will create more climate refugees? No, we don't want to do that either. Some people may say that Christianity and contemporary Christianity are about freedom, but freedom for who? Protecting whose rights? Certainly not the rights of the not lightest of my people. And freedom for what? Mere choice without moral direction is nihilism, and Christianity is supposed to hate nihilism. I don't have all the answers here, and I don't pretend to, but I want a concept of faith that doesn't rely on the rejection of others as outsiders in order to exist. A Christianity that requires us to make Judases of everyone on the road to Jericho is missing the mark. So let me end this very Catholic. If you have lived the most recent political moment in a theology of exclusivity and rejection of others, confess and come grow.